Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm here with Danny from Casa San Bernardino. She's an MFA student. What's up, Danny?
Oh, not much. How are you doing?
Good. Here, in the hot shop. I just finished watching you make a piece. It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I hope I did a good job with it.
Sure, it's great.
So, anyways, we're here to talk about you, glass blowing. What's up with it? Let's first start off. Inspirations. Where do you find your inspirations for glass?
I come from a very technical background. Like, when I graduated my undergrad, I moved right into working in production. So I find a lot of my inspiration from like technical glass blowers. But then on the other end of it, my personal inspiration, I'm like trying to figure out what I want to make in glass for myself. It's one of the reasons I came to this program. Just a way of like figuring out what to make that's not just all product based, and if that's what I want to do, be an artist. So I find a lot of my inspirations in just like experiences, as I think a lot of us do. It's just, parts of my life that I find inspiring that I'm like, oh, this makes sense, or just like letting myself get in the habit of just creating with my hands, getting out into nature. I grew up in the middle of the woods, so just kind of getting lost.
Yeah, I feel
finding inspiration through that.
Okay, so do you find that like you get kind of like maybe more organic forms in some of your pieces?
No.
But yeah, that's where you find your inspiration.
But I think I find inspiration in that way just from like being out in nature and sort of not having anything else to focus on. Just letting my mind wander sort of like settles on different things that I want to make or make work about.
Okay. Kind of allows you to get into like, it seems like it kind of allows you to get into like a...
Yeah, and just like not necessarily trying to think. Just letting the thoughts happen organically, but then making more technical blown pieces rather than organic forms. Hi.
Alright, yo, you remember we were talking about Pennsylvania? I do remember we were talking about Pennsylvania. That's where you came from. Your undergrad.
Yeah.
You kind of stuff. You went to Penn State or University of
I went to the Tyler School of Art. It's part of Temple University in Philadelphia.
Sweet. Okay. Right on. Well, thank you for being at Cal State. Yeah, that's for sure. So I kind of want to talk about like your mental when you're working on a piece, like kind of like where's it at, like
all over the place.
Wait, how so?
I think I'm just, a lot of the times I'm focusing too hard on like getting things correct. I'm used to people bringing me schematics in the hot shop and then replicating that. So now transitioning to making my own work, I'm very like stagmented on making everything to proportion to this way. But I show up without my own schematics, so it happens a little bit more organically. So I'm just like, you approach something with the way you want it to look, right? So like you come in here with an idea of something. So I get very focused on replicating that thing that's in my head. And it doesn't always happen that way, especially with glass. It's a fluid material, and it just kind of like, sometimes it tells you what it wants to be.
That's true.
So I think a lot of glass blowing is just wrangling that back in and figuring out the way and like working with the material to perhaps get something you didn't know you wanted.
I haven't had as much experience with glass as you have. Just gone through the glass program here at Cal State. But yeah, that experience of wanting something like, oh, I got it like this, it's gonna be like that, like down, and then it doesn't come out, and you're just like, bro, like that's.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what about glass? Like, what about it as opposed to any other mediums that you could have chosen to be creative? Why glass? What was it that made you choose glass? Was it something that inspired you, like you saw one day, or?
I didn't know glass was a thing until I went to undergrad. I originally went for painting, actually, and to get my teaching degree so I could like teach high school art. I wanted to be an art teacher. I love teaching kids. I love teaching in general. And then I took my first glass blowing class, and everything was over. This was my life. Yeah. But it's very seductive, and it's very like entrancing. It's difficult, and I like, even though I've been doing this for 12 years, I like that it always gives me a challenge. So it's never like a fluid thing, even though I've been doing this for my entire length of my career.
True, yeah. It is.
It's a finicky bitch.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like, you know, once again, it goes back to that early conversation. You know, you have an idea in mind, you want it like this, and you're just like, God damn it, it's not coming out. So what can I do?
And I'm a competitive person, so I like to, you know.
Yeah, dude, like
I can do what I want to.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's interesting. You know, 'cause I'm the same way too. You know, you say you're competitive. What do you mean by that?
I mean, I grew up an athlete, so I played sports my entire life, and it's just like I'm a fire sign. I don't know. I come at things hot.
Fire sign. Wait, like
I'm an Aries.
Okay, that's what's up with
fire
Aries.
sign, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like the worst person. I'm like, I'm a Leo, and I know something.
Pyromaniac.
Okay, that's what's up. Just, you know, don't be playing fire here. Like our school. Just kidding.
Not an arsonist, just a pyromaniac.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's good. That's funny though. So yeah, you just kind of stumbled upon it, and it was just like, oh wow, this is.
Yeah, and then a light went off, and I was like immediately entranced by this material, and just stuck with it.
That's cool. So future projects, you know, outside of what we just saw today. Well, actually, what was it that you were making? Was that just for self pleasure, like just for yourself?
I have some ideas in mind of like playing with glass in a lot of capacities. Like a lot of my processes of the way I make work are very tedious and time consuming. Like for instance, some of my flame work is that last piece that you saw took me 200 hours. So it's just like I like tedious things, and I'm playing now with how to make hot shop glass work to what I want it to. So I have an idea in mind. It's a smaller thing. Eventually, if this works out, I'm gonna like mix it with other materials and see how I like it. And if I like it, then it's gonna be a lot bigger on the next one.
It's more of like your strength as like maybe an artist that uses glass as a medium. Mm-hmm. Is it? Would you say personally that it's flame working or being in the hot shop, or maybe is there one that's more fun that you like to do?
It's just glass.
Yeah, the whole medium.
The whole medium. I kind of do a little bit of everything. Like I do some casting, a lot of cold working, flame working. I run a business with my partner in fabricating glass for artists and designers. So, you know, I have access to a torch in my home studio. I don't always have access to a hot shop. So it's nice having access to it here, but I have ready access to a torch.
Sweet, that's cool. Shout out to the shop.
Shout out to Second Best Studio.
Hey! Well, cool, man. You know that sounds like you've been on a good path for yourself after your undergrad, and you're about to obviously get your graduate degree. How's that process been going here at Cal State with the MFA program?
I mean, I really love the program here. Don't get me wrong, it's been a little stressful starting my MFA in a pandemic and having like the entire first of 3 years online and trying to make work under those situations. It's been a little just like discombobulating.
Yes, that was very exciting.
Yeah, but my thesis show is next year, so we'll see what happens.
So, you know, I did get to see Danny's work in one of her earlier shows called Liminal Spaces. Hopefully we could somehow find a way to get you guys to see that.
It's on my Instagram.
Oh, there you go. Check it up on Instagram. You'll see her twisted pink fingers. Dope, by the way, dope. Yeah, that's pretty sick. And then also your pendulum, right?
Yeah, plumb up.
There you go. Sweet. Sweet. Well, I had a last question, and it escapes me. Oh, future projects.
Yeah.
coming up? What's popping up?
Just steadily making work for my thesis show, and like I said, a lot of my processes are really tedious and time consuming, so it's trying to just like, I'm in the middle of making a massive glass chain that's currently about 10 foot, so just keep adding to it. But yeah, just working towards that and just making work and figuring out what I want it to be about.
Sweet. Well, cool. Once again, thank you for taking the time for me to interview you, talk to you. Any last words you want to say to the viewers?
Ooh, follow me on Instagram. Check out all these glass programs like Pilchuck Glass School, Penland School of Crafts, Arrowmont Haystack. I'm teaching at Pilchuck fall 2023, so take my fucking class.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. How do you track Will Smith in the snow?
Oh, I don't know.
You follow the Fresh Prince.
Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, we'll see you. Peace out.